everyone. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another new project for 2025. This is a bit of a departure for me. Never done anything like this before. Probably be a challenging one. Hopefully doesn't mess up the mojo. But anyway, let's get a look at it. Here you go. There it is. Just quite a big box. So it's Revell's 1 to 144 scale U-190. I think that's a Type 9C/40. Sorry about the glare. German submarine. So gonna have a bash at that. So let's get over to the desk and see how we get on. Cheers. Hi guys. So at the desk here, just starting off putting the two halves together of the I was going to say fuselage there, but it's a boat, isn't it? So you can see I put in the internal sort of supporting struts, whatever you want to call them, and now putting on some glue. Now this glue is a bit gloopy, and I've just discovered why. I usually normally use extra thin, but this is medium, so I don't know, I maybe have ordered the wrong stuff. Anyway, so I'm basically just spreading this around the edges of the two sides of the boat to put them together. So just a bit to dab here and there, and on the internal support struts as well. And then what I'll do is I'll then get the other half and push it together. Now I've already dried fit this, and the fit seems to be quite good. However, the underside, there seems to be a bit of a lip. Now I don't know whether that's meant to be there as part of the boat, the shape of the boat. But it's like a wee step. But if anybody's built this and is watching this, do drop me a comment. I'm inclined to sort of sand it down flat, so that we get a nice flush seam. Apologies, the radio's on in the background. I forgot to turn it off before I've done this voiceover. But anyway, so here we go. We're putting the two halves together. So as I said, I've already dry fit this, and it fits quite well. So just pushing it together now, and hopefully we get a good seam. So there you are. I'm squeezing it together now. So now I'm going to get a lot of clamps and tape out to tape it together. So you can see there, so see where my left hand is, that ridge, it seems to be quite a step in it when everything was lined up. Yeah, all the location holes and that and everything seemed to be flat and square, but that long ridge on the underside seemed to have a bit of a step, about a millimetre to it's quite noticeable. So going round, so this is all the bottom half bit. So just trying to get a nice fit and get the clamps on. These clips are quite good, especially the bigger ones. They've got quite a good strong tension. I also use bulldog clips, and you'll see that in a minute, hopefully, to give it a really good squeeze on the glue, to get the parts well fused together. So it's a bit footery, but we get there. And then once we get everything lined up, then another wee drop of glue in the spots, and hopefully the plastic will melt sufficiently enough to give us that nice seam. So there you are. I'm pressing that down. There we go. So just checking the upper side of it now at the moment, and the back end. So this is a bit of trial and error here to see what works and what doesn't work. So there you are. I'm just putting another wee drop of glue into that sort of seam, and then I'll get some masking tape here and try and hold that together so that we can get a good overnight stick. So I'll let this sit over for 24 hours or so, and just let these two pieces join together and get a nice good strong bond, and then we can carry on with the building. I don't think there's too many parts to this U-boat. There's 4 or 5 frames, but there's not too many on each frame. I think most of the work will be up on the sail or the conning tower. Yeah, so you see another wee bit, another wee drop of glue in there, and then so I'm just wiping some excess if my head wasn't in the way, because of this the gloopiness in it. It's realised I got the wrong glue, but hey ho, you move on. So a wee bit more tape now to just squeeze it all together and get a nice good bond. So just what that tape is, that's the start of this ridge I'm talking about. That there's a bit of a step. Now I think that's meant to be flush. The whole length of that. You shouldn't have a step, a millimeter step. So I think once this is dry, I'll just sand that back to get it nice and clean. The same when you would do a fuselage joint as well. But yeah, that wasn't too bad in retrospect. Putting that together, I thought it would have been a wee bit more footery. But it went together okay. Obviously, once it's dry and I take all the tape and clamps off, we can then see what the damage is, if any. So a bit more tape going on here now to squeeze in that wee end bit as well, and hopefully there's no need for any filler, and it's a good enough fit. So there you go. Happy days. Hi guys. So at the desk here again, just giving you an update on the build of the U-190. As you can see, I've just put the decks on there actually. So just a bit of the fit was quite good actually, but I'm just putting a bit of tape down to hold the sides of the hull together, just to give it a nice fit. Everything else is in place. Quite an enjoyable wee build so far actually, nothing too challenging. But I just thought I'd share with you the progress so far. No major issues as yet, not that unless I come across it, but yeah, I'll think I'll let that sit now for maybe tomorrow. Give it 24 hours so it really seals up, and then I'll start on the conning tower. And that just shows me. You see this wee line here? Hopefully the camera can pick that up, guys. I think that part of the deck was in the box and it was bent. Now, it wasn't Revell's fault. I think it was me when I opened it and then put it back in again. I think I didn't put it in correctly because there was a bit of a bend and I tried to straighten it out. But as you can see, it marked plastic. Now the plastic from this Revell is quite thick. Well, it seems to me to be quite thick. But I'm hoping that when I go to paint and spray, hopefully that'll disappear and we'll be none the wiser. But that's looking pretty flat. A wee bit of a lip there. I'll maybe just fix that while I'm here. Touch of glue and then press that down a wee bit. Yeah, so we'll get a nice flat deck. But yeah, pretty happy the way things are going. I just need to figure out the painting sequence and whatnot. But yeah, I'm happy enough. So I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks. Bye. So guys, back at the desk now. Just give you an update on the build process. So we'll just start with conning tower. think according to instructions, I think everything's on that I need to get on there. Um, Pretty happy the way that's turned out now. Them railings were quite footery, but we got there. Um, no real issues. There was, I don't know where you can see it, but there was meant to be like a communication pipe. You know the pipes you used to blow uh, to different levels on the boat, but I just couldn't get it in there, so I had to leave that out. But yeah, that was a bit of a tight squeeze getting the two periscopes down. But really good. And actually, when you put it on the boat, it just slides in no problem. So that's really good. I've left the guns off because I want to try and paint them separately if I can. So I'm just getting ready for primer here at the moment. Um, I'll maybe just do a black primer because I want the grey to go over. When I just have the black coming through slightly on the grey. So that's pretty happy the way that's turned out now. To be fair, pretty happy with that. So the main boat, I think I showed you this already. I've just painted the the deepest underside, and the reason I've done that first is I want to use that as a handle. Just so what I'll do is I'll mask over that. I'll take that tape off, and put it over that, and then I can be able to hold it and spray uh, when I can. But other than that, pretty good. I'm getting a bit of a spring here. Can you see that? I've tried to super glue that down, but it won't go down, and I'm buggered if I'm gonna lift it. Don't know what's going on there. I've tried some super glue. You see, you can squeeze it in down there, but it's still lifting. Um, Throughout the rest of the deck seems to be quite level and flush with the hull. But there you are, guys. I just wanted to give you an update. So basically, I've got most of the build done. I've just to put a few railings on here. So that's these parts here, case sprue either side. So other than that, that's all the parts on the kit, and then we'll get ready for the good bit. So once again, YouTube Gump, thank you very much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, excuse me, click, subscribe, and comment, good and bad. I always like to read the comments and respond back appropriately. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part two. Cheers. And welcome back to this part two on the Revell 1 to 144 scale U-boat U-190. So let's jump down to the desk and see the progress. Okay, so here we are at the desk. If I recall on part one, you remember that I've primed the main boat in black, uh, and I forgot to put these two wee hatches on, so I've just done that. So yeah, pretty happy the way that's turned out. And as I said before, I just done the bottom bit in the final color and use that as a handle. So that would be quite good. Um, I'd done the same on the conning tower or the sail, whatever you want to call it, and I used this dark sea grey by ICM. Now, when I bought the kit, I bought this wee set of colours by ICM just to try them out to see what the story was on them. And so I spread the conning tower with that wee grey. That's pretty nice. Oh, missed a bit. So that was primed in black, and then I just lightly went over with it so the black comes through to show that worn look, if you want. So if we pop that on there, so that's going to potentially go on there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna paint the boat with Tamiya's XF54, which says dark sea grey. Now, um, the instructions uh, for this one I want to do this is the North Atlantic on 1945. So according to instructions, um, the A is the sort of top side, and then the C, which is XF24, which is the tank grey. Seems to be split, but I'm not going to follow that. I'm just going to do it all in 54 XF54, just to give a uniform color. So what I'll do is I'll spray the boat. Obviously, take a conning tower off. I'll spray the whole boat with the XF54 and see what that looks like, and then just see what the variance is, and if just make an executive decision whether to go with the ICM dark grey or go with the Tamiya dark sea grey XF54. And we'll see you get on. Now I'll just get myself prepared here, guys, and I'll be back with you shortly. Thanks. Okay, guys. So I put on that XF54, I think, right? Yeah, this dark sea grey, and yeah, pretty happy the way it went. However, as I mentioned earlier, I used the ICM dark sea grey on the conning tower, and hopefully the camera's picking up the different shades there. Now, I think the ICM grey is much better. Um, I think it's just a better effect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna respray the hull in the ICM dark sea grey. Now you can thin this with water or thinners. I'm going to use this rapid thinner. It's a colour because it's a tan. Um, I've got the normal one there as well, but I'll just use that. Hopefully I've got enough. There's not much in these wee bottles. I've used a wee bit already, so maybe thin it out. And I think the ratio is 60 to 40, 60-40. Let me just read the box. Yeah, so there you are there. So paint is prepared for a brush or for the airbrush, dilute with water thinner 40-60. So that's what I'll do. So yeah, leave me with that now, guys, and I'll pop that paint over it, and I'll get back to you. Cheers. Right, guys. So I covered the boat with the ICM dark sea grey. As I said, I think that's a better tone. So hopefully the camera can pick that up. So that's quite pleased with that. So what I intend to do now is I'm going to use this dark grey by Tamiya XF24. And what I'm just going to do is just do a light coat along the sort of panel lines, if you like, of the boat, and just give it a bit of shadow maybe, and then in between those panels, then I'll put down a lighter color like this sky gray, or maybe even that light sea gray by Tommy as well. I think that'll give it a nice contrast and break it up as if it's been if it's been used. So I've my cup filled here. So I'm just gonna do sort of some light lines along the lines, along these lines. Nothing too crazy. Just showing a bit of shadow. Okay, actually when I get the stage good. Yeah, I think you see what I'm trying to do here. So what will happen is then the gaps in between these, I'll put down some uh, later colors and just give it a bit of contrast. Now I'm going to do the unicorn. So I think you get the idea what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, okay. So you see what the effect that I'm trying to get there with shadows. So like I said, I'll get maybe this light sky grey, and then I'll just put a bit of modulation in between that, and hopefully that'll break up the surfaces. Okay, see you in a bit. Cheers. Hi guys. Following on what I've done, I done a bit of dark grey through the lines, just to break it up, done some shadows, and then I put on gosh, what did I put on? I think it was the light sea grey, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Aye, the light sea grey by the ICM one. I think it's a bit overkill. It's too stark. As you can see, it just modulated it, did a bit of modeling, if you like, and some sweet spots here and there between the black. Um, yeah, so it's a bit much, I think, to be honest. Just turn that around. So what I'm gonna try and do to dull that down a wee bit is I'm gonna put on some of this light sea grey, but I'm just gonna do it like a mist. That makes sense. So take the airbrush, make it maybe a good distance back, and just put a mist over that. I just want to try and dull that down because I think that's just a bit too much at the minute. And then I'll maybe try and think about a bit of weathering then, maybe a bit of rust. Uh, I need to figure that out. So let me get set up and I'll try that. Okay, cheers. Okay, so I mixed up a bit of that. Gosh, what did I use again? Oh, I that light sea grey, the XF25. I spread a bit on the conning tower, and I think that's okay. It's dulled it down a wee bit. I then put a wee bit on the hull. So I just done this area here. I think that's okay. I think I maybe get away with that if I do the rest of it now. Um, so I think I will. I think I'll just mix up a wee bit more of it, and I'll do the whole hull, and it'll sort of. I suppose it's like pre-shading, isn't it? I'm not sure, but anyway, let me get on that, and I'll get back to you. Cheers. Right, guys. Back to the desk here now. So I think I made a bit of a blunder, but it is what it is. So I tried to lighten down the blotchiness, and sort of try to blend it, and it didn't really work. And then I tried to do some rust effects, and I think that's a bit of overkill at the minute. So I've just realised that I have this dark, or sorry, sea blue and medium blue in my paint stash. So spread the coin tar with the sea blue, and hopefully the camera picks that up. But I quite like that effect, and I'm trying to do the deck with just those those AK real colored markers. So I've used this brown. And I quite like that. I could maybe do a wee bit further weathering in a later episode to sort of make out a wee bit more realistic. But I'm more concerned about the effect that that's given that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think the rust sort of attempt is over the top, a bit naive. But happy with that. So I done that, and what I left in the cup, then I done this wee bit here, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll just continue spraying this sea blue over that, and sort of try and bring that rust sort of affected down, and uh, just painting's not going so well, but and then I'll try and do the deck as well with that brown, and then that'll be part three or part two, sorry, finished hopefully, and then we'll move on to part three, where basically put the decals on, maybe a bit of weather, and not too much more, and then a final reveal. So always YouTube thing. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, bad, good, or indifferent, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Take care. The channel. I want to go back to this part three final reveal on the Revell U-190, the submarine. So, without further ado, let's jump down to the desk and have a look. Cheers. Okay, so we're at the desk here. Basically, I think we're done. Um, I've just finished putting on the rigging there. Don't know whether the camera will be able to pick it up because it's quite thin. So if I put my finger over, hand over like that, you can maybe see it now. This was meant to be a V at the top, but it was really difficult to get that. So it was a V and then one sort of string. I need to flip that a wee bit there. Let me see. Do that again. So back was okay. Back rigging was done again. Hopefully you can see that. Now that the rigging I used is I don't know where I got this from, but it's this stuff here. It's I think it's for 172 scale aircraft. For antenna. So it's quite thin. So I think it scale wise it looks okay. Um, Now this is a great wee build. Don't get me wrong. Really enjoyed building it. First time of building any sort of seafaring vessel. Um, I was disappointed. It didn't turn out the way I wanted to visually. I had a vision um about the rust, especially the rust and the weathering coming through. I think I've maybe darkened it down too bit too much. But I'm happy with it. It's not gonna, as I keep saying, it's not gonna win any competitions or anything. But I'm happy the way it's turned out. I just need to touch up a few wee bits and pieces, particularly where the glue. I've used black super glue there. I need to just cover that up. But yeah, it was a good wee build. I'll put up a few pictures at the end here, and you can see it in its full glory. Maybe get it on the stand. But yeah, it was a really nice wee build. Something different. Didn't take too much to build it. There's not many parts. And yeah, it's a nice wee scale. I think there's a 172 scale of the same boat. Um, and gosh, that's going to be what, twice the size of that. So what's that, half a meter? So maybe a meter long. Like, well, that's going to be a massive kit. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. So I'll throw a few pictures up, guys. And once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye. Hey guys, so there you are. That's that project wrapped up. We bit disappointed the way it's turned out. It's not what I envisaged. I think I got the weathering a bit wrong. Too strong on the rust. But hey ho, another learning experience, as the saying goes. But I hope you enjoyed the build. Usual YouTube stuff. Give me a thumbs up or a like or subscribe or give me some comments, good or bad. They're all good. They're all constructive the way I look at it. But until the next time, thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon. Cheers.